I've acquired more garbage. A point of sale system, a POS terminal, a piece of... Whether or not you've personally interacted with one of these things, you've probably definitely had a payment processed by one at some point. Your cashier or your barista or whatever takes your order on here, and then you've got the magstrip reader to swipe your card through. And this was yet again the result of Facebook Marketplace. I saw it on there for very cheap, and I thought it'd be cool to maybe try to play some games on that or something. And it is a full computer in there, so that should be possible. What I didn't realize is that when I get to meet the guy selling this, it would come with an entire box of extra accessories. So I start digging in this box, right? That's the stand for a monitor that I do not have. I'm definitely happy that this was in there. This is a thermal receipt printer, which actually does make sense to come with this. After you make your sale, you print out a receipt. Pretty cool that this was included. And then we keep digging in here. There's another thermal receipt printer. Okay. Squirrel software kit. This is the original software that goes with these point of sale systems. This is just a graphics card. I don't know why this was in the box. This is just an NVIDIA GPU. Not a good one, but it is a graphics card. And then you might notice what's in the bottom of this box. It's an entire second point of sale terminal. I already didn't need one of these things, and now I have two of them. I almost forgot. How could I forget about the iPhone charger, the IEC power cable, Ethernet cable, and multiple flash drives? This one's even a good one. This is USB 3. So each of these things is a WS10LX by Squirrel Systems. From what I can tell, these were made for the hospitality and restaurant type of businesses. So the obvious questions after one acquires multiple point of sale systems. Number one, what is inside them? Number two, can we read cards using the magstrip reader? I want to find out. Number three, can we make them print stuff on the receipt printers? And number four, can we make the touchscreen work in like Windows? Or what versions of Linux can we get running on this? Probably most importantly, can we play PC games on these? Can I run Portal 2 on this? We need to find out all of these things in this episode. Let's find out if I can turn one of these on first. All right, Squirrel POS, how do I make you work? That seems relevant. Hiding under this cover is all of the rest of the plugs. Audio input output serial times 4, Ethernet, 6 USB ports. I don't know why you need 6 USB ports on a POS terminal, but it's got it. VGA, that's cool. CD, that's like a phone jack. I don't know what that does. And this is a very weird plug to use for 12 volt power. All right, there's gotta be a power switch on this thing somewhere. Oh, I think that would be it. Welcome to Fedora. It makes sounds. So it turns out these things don't even need software running to make the touchscreen make those kinds of beeps. Or maybe there is software running. It's telling me I need to connect to a Squirrel server. Something tells me we are not going to be able to make that happen. Yeah, it doesn't do anything without the server it's supposed to be connected to. Lucky for us, this thing's guts are just regular computer parts. So with a keyboard attached and spamming enough buttons up here, we should be able to get into its BIOS. Okay, so this was updated in 2013, and this is a UEFI BIOS. I was hoping it was gonna tell me like the CPU model, or at least how much RAM it has. We get none of that. I've loaded Windows 11 onto this flash drive. It's probably a bit optimistic to think Windows 11 will work on this, but let's try it. Well, that was painless. It immediately showed up as a boot device. Oh no. This system uses a 32-bit UEFI. So that's pretty much the worst news we could have gotten. This does not run 64-bit operating systems, otherwise known as any major operating system that is actively supported. will not work on here. This thing did originally come with Linux, so maybe Linux is the right way to go with it. Let's try booting this flash drive. UEFI generic flash drive. What? So that doesn't work. I know nothing about this Linux distro, but I do know this looks a lot more promising. It is actually loading. We have an operating system running on the POS. PC information, what are you? Machine type, it actually knows it's a Squirrel Systems WS10LX. I am very surprised to see that this has 4 gigabytes of RAM. I thought it was going to be worse than that. And here's where things really fall apart. CPU info, Intel Atom D2550. It is never good to open your system info and see an Intel Atom. Intel Atom processor, integrated graphics. We'll see if that can play games. Does this have a mechanical hard drive in it? Oh, it definitely is. Western Digital 300 gigabyte, 5400 RPM hard drive. Guess what I just found out? The magstrip reader totally works. I don't know how to decode this data, but if you open a notepad and swipe a card, it reads out this big long string, and it does it exactly the same every single swipe. This string of characters does actually contain the entire card number and some of the other numbers on the back of this card. So it does actually read it properly. I know what we need to do next. Let's connect a severely outdated point of sale system to the internet. We're online and the internet totally works on this thing. Can we load up modern websites? It's not very fast. 360p, this is the frame rate we're managing. It's not exactly ideal. I know what I want to try to do. Can we print something? Why is this green? All right, I'm thinking I want to plug this cable into the back of the printer. Something like that. So apparently Epson has made a lot of printers. This list does not end. I don't think that's what this is supposed to look like. What is it trying to do here? The printer made all of this over the course of like 2 minutes, I want to say. That did not work. I found a driver for this printer, and the driver says that I need software running for it to work properly, but I can't install the software because this is not actually an installed operating system. This is just booted off the USB drive. So I think it's time we actually install Linux on this thing, and then we can do a lot more stuff. And then we can try to play games on it. I have never seen a Linux installer like this before. It's booting up. It appears I've made it worse. It no longer does anything when you press the power button. With this being a 32-bit system, I think our best shot at getting games running on here is going to be with Windows anyway. So I'm gonna tear into this thing, see what it looks like inside, and see if I can put a Windows 10 SSD in here instead of the hard drive. Why is this a Phillips screw and every single other screw is not a Phillips screw? Oh, the hard drive was right there. I didn't need to take half of these out. Ooh, that thing is warm. I guess we've confirmed that is a SATA hard drive. I still want to go deeper though. I'm at this point, there's no screws left in this thing. I don't know where I can go from this point. I think I found where to go. There is a lot less stuff in here than I thought there'd be. This is the entire thing, this one PCB. Also, that's a mini PCIe port. Can we plug a graphics card into this? We're gonna have to try that. It looks like the RAM is actually right here. And there it is. Can confirm 4 gigabyte stick, only 1 RAM slot to put it in. Do I think it will work? Realistically, probably not. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try and plug this in. I set up one of these SSDs for this, and then I forgot which one it was. That right there looks to me like we're now running Windows 10, 32-bit version. Let's power up this graphics card and see if it shows in Device Manager. This power supply powers the graphics card. This power brick powers the computer, and the computer is connected to the GPU. Let's see what happens. Power button on the POS terminal. The fans are actually spinning on that thing. Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. There's only one of those in here, and I'd have to assume that's the graphics adapter driving this screen, not this card. There should be two right now, and there's only one. I tried decently hard. When you go to install drivers for any GPU, the driver cannot detect that a card is actually connected to this thing. But what I did do is got Windows 7 running and Minecraft. I have it minimized down here. This is just how it looked when I opened it. We've got half a Minecraft window and then just a void over here. This is definitely a new one. I don't think I've ever seen Minecraft do this. The buttons are still where they're supposed to be. So you can't click here. You have to move the mouse to the right where the button's supposed to be and then click there. Even if you can manage that, deciphering these menus is a little tricky. Also, everything is a tree as far as I can look. That's probably not a fault of this computer. Oh yeah, here's the ground. Okay, what if I make it bigger? It's the same. What if I make it smaller? I don't know why it's upset about that, but that destroyed the frame rate. So the squirrel point of sale system will run Minecraft. If you can count this as running, it's getting 10 frames per second, and we've got a nice division down our screen. I'm going to press F11. That actually fixed everything, except for the frame rate, but the screen's normal. The resolution of this thing is already pretty bad, and now it's trying to convince me that optimal would be 800 by 600. Somehow I don't believe it. That is not true. We're running at the incredible resolution of 1024 by 768. I don't know what it's trying to tell me about 800 by 600. Time for some BeamNG drive. Oh, right, I forgot about that. Wow, this has already exceeded my expectations. And problems detected. So we've got no cores, no clock speed, no bits, no graphics card, no system memory, and an outdated operating system. Thanks for letting me know, BeamNG. Industrial site. Oh. Okay. I tried to open GTA San Andreas. It just disabled my transparency effects in Windows. How does that help it? Well, I guess clearly it didn't help because the game is not running. GTA San Andreas does not work on a Squirrel POS system. That immediately crashed the entire computer. I don't even know how you make something do that. So far what I'm finding out is basically no games support 32-bit computers anymore. We might be able to play Modern Warfare 2. Yes, adapt to my hardware. Oh yeah, the touchscreen, there doesn't seem to be Windows drivers for it. I don't think it's going to work. What is Modern Warfare doing? The interesting thing here is this screen somehow looks different than this screen, and I don't know how it's managed to do that. We'll play a game here. We are rendering frames, just not very many of them. It looks like the game is running normally, other than the low frame rate though. There's nothing weird on the screen. I was kind of hoping to end off the gaming portion with something that worked pretty well. I have yet to find anything that does that. We need a desktop wallpaper for this thing. Let's dig through the graphics folder for Factorio. Let's see, we could have accumulator. Wow. I mean, the laser's kind of cool. Let's keep the laser. We can load the PNG files. Let's see if the actual game works. This is 64-bit. You know, I'm starting to think that the Intel Atom's integrated graphics was not optimized for gaming. When a game as old as Far Cry 2 is getting this frame rate, I think this is where we end the gaming portion. I want to print something. Did putting that on the table just make the screen flicker? It totally does. What the heck? This thing is so slow, I'm not doing this on here. Maybe we want TMT88V utility? All right, I might have gotten something working. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Oh, there's no paper left. Luckily, there's two of these things, and this one has some paper in it, not very much. Wow. Yeah, you can pretty much put whatever you want on here. So I've got a receipt printer and a point of sale system now. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this. That's not really your problem though, so thank you for watching, get subscribed, and come back next week. Why do I have this?